A good very late Saturday morning to you, Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights, looking at lake effect streamers that are easily seen by the visible satellite pictures in some of our latest radar. You can see the streamers coming off Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, as well as Lake Superior into Lake Huron, and these continue almost just about west-northwest, east-southeast, and these areas immediately, of course, downwind of the Great Lakes are seeing the most impressive snowfalls, but some of that travels quite a distance and gets into northern Vermont. We're seeing generally two major bands here. This one from Huron, Lake Huron, and Georgian Bay region that is very typical and stretches across the northern areas of Vermont. And then the Lake Ontario lake effect band hits basically south central Vermont into southern Vermont, but it's very narrow, and not everywhere sees this. And of course, areas in between are wondering what all the fuss is about. Let's kind of zoom in on this here. So, for the most part, we're seeing snow now as the primary precipitation for a change, as temperatures aloft have finally really cooled off, and so these little snowflakes are kind of identify what's going on here. So this lake effect band is going to be probably the hottest one for northern Vermont. Again, southern Vermont's going to see Lake Ontario. The Tug Hill Plateau area has been seeing quite a bit of snowfall. Let's take a look at some of the webcams. So this is Altamar. This is immediately to the lee of Lake Ontario. You can see through the morning hours some of the snow that's been piling up in this particular area on Tug Hill Plateau. It's pretty heavy, wet, moisture-laden snow as well. So we'll go for a quick little tour here. Montreal, not a whole lot going on there. Let's see, Potsdam shows up. Potsdam, New York, no big deal there. How about Old Forge? Oh yeah, jackpot. Southern Adirondacks got blasted. Again, here's the areas around Tug Hill, but really not showing up. Let's check Richford J. This is over toward JP Country looking east from Richford. Treadwell Bay, nothing there. Let's see, St. Albans, definitely getting dusted up in the northern Champlain Valley. Milton, not seeing anything going on there in Milton. Western Vermont looks like a little dusting. And looking at the haze cam out of Burlington to the southwest, you can see the typical striations of snowflakes coming out of the clouds. This is definitely lake effect band, very typical. And then looking also to the northwest, you can see these lake effect bands with that northern band coming in. How about Mallett's Bay? Marble Island's one of the better ones. Looking to the east-southeast through Colchester Bay. Very cumulus oriented cloud cover because we have a lot of warmth rising convectively. WCAX, this is Shelburne. Let's head to Williston, no big issues there. Nashville, Jericho area. You can see a little dusting of snow, but to the north, heavier lake effect bands. Bolton has no issues at all. Down around Huntington, what's the fuss? Starksboro, let's see, Brandon, no real issues. Newport, they've been socked away. They've been getting a little coating here from the overnight. Derby line, same kind of thing. Stowe, seeing a dusting. It's what we have, a strong dusting around Worcester. Looking at Lake Elmore region. This would be Moortown. None of the Moortowns are coming in. There we go. Waitsfield. Starting to see a little bit of a dust up in some of the areas around Lincoln Peak. This is my location. No snow in Montpelier or in the vicinity of Berlin. Nothing in Cabot, maybe just a little dusting. Lyndonville. Washington's missed out. Brookfield's missed out. They're in between bands. Bethel, Tunbridge, Newberry, Thetford. Over toward Whitehall, we're starting to see some of these lake effect bands. That's not a good picture. Fairhaven, wet roads. Mendon starting to pick up just a little bit of snow from that more southerly band. And Hartford, let's see, Quechee, Pomfret, East Wallingford. Checking Pomfret again, you can see they're in the snow shower activity. Okemo, seeing a little bit of a dusting down that way. Ascutney, Bonneville, a little bit too far south. Although Woodford has seen a dusting, and there's been some reports as much as an inch to 2.5 inches in some areas of southern Vermont. I'm not hitting the jackpot here. Bennington, there's a report of snow in Bennington, but I'm not seeing anything here. This could be an old view. And we're back to Tug Hill Plateau. Okay, so looking at the latest HER model, HRRR Rapid Refresh, you can see these two bands are the ones that are going to be affecting us, depositing a little bit of snow in southern Vermont and a little bit of snow in northern Vermont. Areas around southern Washington County and in between Orange County, probably not going to see very much action, just a little bit. But this last snow band that you saw there definitely gets, looks like probably the worst of it's going to be this evening, and then it all swishes out, and I'm still anticipating anywhere from a dusting to perhaps 2, maybe 3 inches in some of the highest terrain of the Northeast Kingdom. Areas around Lamoille County due east, the Standard Mountains, and some parts around Island Pond, etc. That's it from here, Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.